Today we're looking at a Raypak heater that's been giving us some trouble. It shows fan error. The fan really wasn't the problem. On this one it was something totally different. Check it out. Okay, so when I first got to this heater, I looked at the burner underneath it. You can see it is glowing red hot. Should not be bright red. You should see a blue flame. That would be normal, but this thing is burning red hot, way too hot. And it may be that this thing has two fans on it, so it's able to move a lot of air through it. But either way, it should have shut itself down when it got that hot. So I'm just going to remove the blower off of the top and set it back out of the way so that we can see down inside, and maybe we'll see what's going on inside this heater. There we go. If you look down in there, you'll see it looks like it's just covered with ash. All of the fins are completely clogged, so there's not an adequate airflow, which normally when you get something like this, when the heat exchanger is completely clogged up, you'll get a ROL error. A lot of times it'll cause the flame to roll back out. But this one, because it has two fans, the fans were strong enough to pull some air up through there. So we are going to begin taking this heater apart and get it cleaned up. Now, initially, I hoped I was going to be able to clean it well enough just by removing this top piece. You can see it's just completely clogged. So I get the shop vac and get that cleaned up, and was hoping that was going to be enough, but it wasn't. So as you'll see here in just a minute, I end up tearing the heater down completely so that we can get it cleaned up better. It's just a little bit of a tedious process to get down to the heat exchanger. I got to take all these of little screws, these little cover plates that have to be taken off. Here I had to take the back wall off so that I could get down to a couple of screws that are kind of deep. But once all those come out, this top piece, there's a couple of screws holding it in place. You see two on each side. So we'll remove those, and then we'll be able to just take that shroud off. I guess shroud is the right word. But it's covering the heat exchangers. This is a little bit tough to get out, just kind of work it back and forth, and it will eventually come up out of there. Now, all right, you can see that. Now we're going to remove these little metal plates. That just directs the airflow, tries to keep more of the air going across the copper heat exchanger so that we get a better heat. That's the only purpose of these metal plates. We'll get those out and get this thing cleaned up the rest of the way.
Okay, you got that. The idea is that you can see all the way between them. That if my camera light would come on, we could go down through it. But you can see the copper tube in the middle, and you've got clear on both sides, all the way down. That's looking good. We have a little water leak here on this pressure gauge we need to fix, but other than that, we're good to go.
Now that we've got it all cleaned out, we're going to put it back together, and you just reassemble it the same way you took it apart. And we should get good airflow, and hopefully that will solve our problem. All right, we got it up and running. The fan error has gone away, and this is running. Now I'm going to tell you that this did not solve the problem. Okay, this heater actually caused me a bit of grief. We got it completely apart, got it cleaned up just like shown in the video. It ran for 45 minutes and then it quit again. Okay, so here's what we figured out. I actually had to call tech support and get some help on this one. Turns out the heat exchanger was clogged up. The internals of it, this is a 15-year-old heater, and the calcium buildup on the inside of the heat exchanger was causing the water to move through it slowly. And because the water was moving through it slowly, it was heating up to the desired temperature, which was causing the fan to turn off and the gas to turn off. And then once more water flowed through it, it realized it was cool, which turned it back on. So it was short cycling. And the reason we were getting a fan error was because it was short cycling quick enough that it messed up the fan, or didn't mess up the fan. It caused the fan to lock out because it had just shut off, and it would turn right back on, off. And that short cycling caused the fan error. So that's the reason we were getting the fan error. It had nothing to do with the fan, everything to do with the water moving through the system. So turns out we're going to end up replacing that heater here in the next week, and we'll see if we can't video that too. But hey guys, thanks for watching to the end and finding out something about a heater maybe you didn't know. Hope that helps. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.